Hello, we are welcoming Monica here. Hello, everybody. Let me get our video here off and we'll bring us both full main stage here. And I want to say hi to everybody. It looks like Enid is joining us. Hello, Enid. She joined us for our walk. We actually did a walk this last weekend. Virtually, we did it virtual and in person. The virtual piece was just from wherever people were in the United States, and the other piece, which was in person, was at the St. Louis Zoo. So Ina joined me on camera, so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It was fun. So, and it looks like, and we have Marsha joining us from Facebook. So hello, Marsha. And it looks like Letitia. She says, is it me? But I can't hear anything. So, Letitia, go out and come right back in. And hopefully whenever you rejoin, you can hear us perfectly. Sometimes this forum is a little crazy like that, but go out, come right back in. Let us know if you still can't hear us. So today, guys, we are going to be talking with Monica, and it is almost her surgiversary. Is that how I say it?
Yeah.
Yes. So 1 year, correct?
Yeah, Friday.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy how fast it goes because I keep telling everyone, and my dad's like, "It's been a year already." I'm like, "Yeah."
It's not even possible. And so many things are changing from her. We had a little time to chat right before we kind of came online, and we're going to let her share about that. But today we're going to be, I want to say that we're going to be talking about self-love is the best love. We're going to be talking about how her life has changed. She's going to be telling us all about this first year of her bariatric journey and all the amazing things that's happened. So, and also I would just want to say too, we want to give a shout out to ProCare, who is our sponsor today, brought us all together, including Monica. Monica has been a really big supporter of ProCare and of this whole forum. So we appreciate that. And with this, I'm just going to kind of turn it over because I feel like you have so many great things, and I just kind of want to just jump right in. I want you to tell us about yourself, about some of these new changes that are happening. Tell us about like what surgery you had, when you had it, kind of start there.
So honestly, I thought about doing bariatric surgery years ago before it was even like a big thing, before Instagram existed, before all of this. And I thought about doing the band. But at that point of time, my insurance didn't cover it. It was super new. It was a scary time. But my mom was like such a supporter of me then, and even to this day. Um, I'm kind of glad I waited because I was much younger. I think I was.
For some reason, we have Monica freezing up. Are you guys still hearing us? Monica, if you have any other screens open, close them out and we'll get you unfrozen here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but your screen is still frozen. So go out, come back in if you need to. Sometimes that fixes it. I don't know why. Sometimes we have this problem. I can hear you. I'm just not seeing your photo. So go out, come back in if you need to. It's totally fine. And in the meantime, I can kind of share a little bit about Monica. So Monica is from Chicago. She loves to cook. She loves to travel. You guys, she's going to show us some of her pictures too here in just a moment. She loves to explore culture. She loves all of that through art, through food. She's all into body positivity, and that's the main reason that I really wanted to have her on here today, because it's so incredible to hear about somebody's story. Monica, can you hear us at all? She went out. She's going to be coming right back, guys. I just know it. She also, she was sleeved on 11/11 of 21. She's lost over 100 pounds. She's a tall gal. She's 6 foot. Her highest weight before surgery was 389. Her surgical weight was 372. So she had actually lost some weight before surgery. Her current weight, and I'm going to let her kind of report on this, but I think the last that I saw on her Instagram page was 272. So that could be different from now. So over 100 pounds down. She's really looking at all the lifestyle changes is what she's been looking at. Like, oh, Monica says she's back. Let me see if maybe inviting her back on screen will help solve this little problem. We'll see if that kind of fixes it. We'll give her a second here. Hello, everybody from Facebook. I see Amy. I see Linda. I see Marcia. I see Elaine. Lisa. Thank you guys for joining us. And it looks like on our platform here on Crowdcast, it looks like we have Robin, Maisha, Letitia, Enid. We have Corey. So thank you guys for joining us. So exciting to have you here. And I am going to just keep going since Monica will be back with us. I know she will. I'm going to resend her an invite here. Okay.
I was just talking and it was like frozen.
I don't know why it does that crazy crap sometimes. Sometimes if you have another screen open, I don't even know. You may not have, and it just was being crazy. So we're glad you're not frozen right now. If you have any other screens open, though, just stay where you are. Don't go into any other screens.
I don't know what you heard, but I can just start from the top.
Start from the top. And I kind of was like telling them a little bit about you, but you can go, just go for it.
Okay. So, I mean, I've always been on the heavier side, I would say. In high school, I think I kind of got into a bad relationship. I gained a ton of weight, and then I got PCOS, which is just really bad. A bunch of hormones that you just can't really control. You don't know what's going on with your body. And I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm really tall, and I've always been curvy, but it got to a point where I was just at a heavy point. When I was in college, I spoke to my mom and I almost went and got the lap band, but my insurance didn't cover it at the time. I was really young, so at this point in my life, I really am grateful that I didn't go through with it. Number one, because I know that some people have a lot of issues with it. They're not really doing as many procedures anymore with that. And also, I think just it's a different mindset. I'm 32 now, so I think at this point in my life, I have gone through it all. I kind of know how to manage my life, just like in general settings. I think if I was at a younger point, you would have to really prepare and be prepared to do it. But the reason I really wanted to get it done was just, I got the sleeve last year, almost a year on Friday. And I think I was just ready to be able to move again and be free in my skin and be able to travel. And that's something that's super important to me. I love to travel. I love to go to new places and cultures and all of that. And having to squeeze into a tiny seat and just kind of be uncomfortable or, feel like you're in somebody else's space, it's just the comfort and not being able to walk long periods and overall just living a healthier lifestyle. For me, that was more than, the looks or anything else can bring to the table. So I think all of that is just like a side thing that comes with it. You look great, but for me, overall, like the self-love, I've always felt that self-love. I feel like it's really important no matter what stage you're at to feel that self-love. And, you know, it's not a weight thing. It's not a beauty culture thing. It's just like being so in tune with yourself and loving yourself internally as well as externally. So, I did this for myself to improve my health, but it came with so many other blessings. Like this community is so strong and being able to meet so many different people and really just meet goals that are not even non-scale victories, little by little. It's just super exciting.
So help me remember too. I kind of feel like we met, like I was trying to remember back when the very first time that we actually met. I think it was at a retreat. Was that correct or not?
No, actually, you reached out to me on Instagram and we've just like that's kind of how we clicked.
I was trying to remember. I'm like, so tell me. So tell me about it because I don't remember 100% because you've been
So
actually
we
part of
started
ProCare for
talking,
a while.
yeah, we started talking, I think, back in March or so. So like little backtrack, I after surgery was kind of in a weird place. I was feeling great, but also having like a lot of issues with dizzy spells and just kind of feeling a little bit like on the lower energy side. And after doing a bunch of tests, not a bunch of tests, but doing blood work and seeing my doctor and stuff, they asked me about my vitamins. And I'm not going to name names, but I've tried a few different types of vitamins and I just couldn't stand it. You chew them and you chew them and you chew them and they taste like Flintstones and you're like, I honestly was skipping them. So I was introduced to ProCare and the way I see it, like the right vitamins will change your life. And like that's kind of how I fell in love with ProCare. And then I got to fall in love with you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But
Thank
like
you.
realistically, like within a week, I was feeling completely turnaround different. Like I was able to just have more energy and not have those like sluggish periods or those like dizzy spells that I just kind of felt like I was going to fall over. So really, really important is the vitamins. And I just keep pushing it. And, like I know there's like a lot of influencers and stuff online that just want to sell everything for a buck. And for me, I always said, like, if I'm ever going to become affiliated with anyone, it's going to be something that I truly care about, I can trust, and like it's a true partnership. And that's how I feel about ProCare. So super excited to be, a part of this and the daily life with ProCare.
That's so sweet. And it's good to hear because you know what? That's what makes doing what we like we're doing what I do with these kind of events even just make it worth it. And I'm kind of curious now, like what products do you use? I'm just curious.
So for me, the capsule is 100% like the most important thing. That's the part of, yeah, I have it like
This
at
one?
arm's reach as well. Yes, I literally pick it up. I'm like so crazy. I love the calcium chews. Like I have like
Oh,
the calcium
yes.
chocolate, which is something that
They
is
should
a
be
hot,
coming back soon, guys, too. Like that's what
I
she's
know it's
holding
such
up.
a hot commodity and everyone's like, when is it coming back? I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't control it.
I know. It's like you have to stock up. I know Edith said she saw mine in the background. They're coming back hopefully January. We were hoping by October, but manufacturing delays suck so bad. So that's kind of
No.
that. And
And if anyone's in Chicagoland, reach out to me because I will give you my own private samples. I have friends
oh my
now who have
gosh.
gotten sleeves in the area, and I'm like, I prepare little Ziploc bags for them. Like, these are the chews, these are the vitamins, this is this. Just try it, see if you like it. It'll change your life. I'm
Gosh.
so annoying.
Monica, you need to let us know. We can send you, like, after this, help me remember, follow up with me, and I can send you sample packs that you can hand out, like to your friends and stuff. We would love to do that so that you don't have to give out your own stash.
I don't mind. It's like for me,
Oh,
it's my gift to you. Please try this.
oh my gosh. And so too, I want to kind of get into kind of like what we were going to talk about a little bit
Yeah.
because I feel like, I mean, I love that you're talking about ProCare because it makes my heart happy that knowing that you're healthy and that you feel good. I mean, that's what it's I mean, honestly, that's what it's about. I can remember my first year after surgery. Honestly, that was back in my surgery was back in 2013, and I remember how I felt. And there was periods of times where I was like, I need some energy, and
Hmm.
I need like I. There was periods that I needed some things. So I do appreciate the value of vitamins and what they add to the mix. But I know today we kind of brought you on because I feel like you have so many amazing things to share about your journey and kind of like first of all, let's kind of actually talk about your why for having bariatric surgery. You did a little bit kind of dive into that, and then we're going to show some of your before and after pictures.
So honestly, my why was to have better health, being able to walk for long periods without being out of breath, being able to walk upstairs without my knees hurting. Like I had an injury years ago, and just walking up, I would just feel like, ow. Um, I don't know, just not having to worry so much about, do I fit in a chair? Will I break this chair? Like being close to 400 pounds, that's a valid concern. And, it's just the healthy part more than anything. Like aside from PCOS, I was lucky to not have diabetes or any major heart conditions or anything like that. But, my mother had a heart attack 4 or 5 years ago. And so immediately I started kind of like going to the doctor and asking questions because, that's genetics. And my grandparents on both sides have diabetes. And like, at that time, you just kind of start thinking and thinking and thinking. You're like, wow, like I'm at a point of time where I feel like it's my lowest. It affects your mental health. It affects the way you see yourself even in the mirror and just how you feel overall. I was always tired, sluggish. And now my husband, he'll tell you like, I can't even keep up with you. Can you please calm down? I'm just like, follow me.
Like tons of energy. Oh, and I hate to go back, but I have to go back because we got a lot of comments here regarding the vitamin P. So I'm so sorry to interrupt your thing, but
We're here
I mean,
for
I
it.
feel like it is part of it with the energy levels. So Elaine says, where do you order these? Can you send me a link? So I will put that on Facebook about the link, and it's Monica's link. And actually, if you guys order, Monica is actually one of our affiliates. Like I said, we met and she just kind of fell in love with our products and we fell in love with her. And so I will send you with this, I will send her link. And if you use her link, you save 10% with her code, which I'll send here on Facebook and I'll also put it here. But there's some other things too. Enid says, I concur with you, Monica. Health was a priority then and the blessings that come from it. Yes, all the other vitamins were making you sick until I tried ProCare. She also had a problem. I mean, you just have to find something, I guess, that works for you. Corey said, I tried every single brand of bariatric vitamins, and ProCare was the only one that worked for me. I love the sea salted caramel. Talking
Me
about,
too. Those are my favorite. I
I
actually
think
need to
they're my
restock.
favorite. The
Yeah.
calcium, my favorite too.
Because it's just like a candy.
Monica,
You don't feel like you're cheating on anything or you're just enjoying it.
kind of show you what they look like here. Lindsay says, hey guys, I am having surgery in a few months. Are these vitamins we'll be taking from here on out? Should I go ahead and start? I really feel silly asking this. Maybe I should really already know. Um,
I
there
think
is
it
nothing
depends on
wrong.
your surgeon, honestly. So
Yes.
some of them will ask you like,
Oh, Monica is going to be coming back on here. I'm going to show you what the calcium looks like. But yes, you can start them before surgery. You can start them after surgery. Some programs recommend you start them like a week or two before, just so you kind of get used to them. The calcium is kind of like they're almost like candy. It reminds me of caramel. It seriously does. It's sea salted caramel. Monica got kicked off. Let me re-invite her back on. I'm going to invite her again. And I'm going to put the chat box. I'm going to put the link, Monica's link, and also her affiliate code. And I will be adding that on Facebook. Hello, Monica.
yeah, I don't know why. It's like, bye. We don't like you anymore.
Well, that's not true. I still like you.
No, yeah, I was saying, like, out of everyone I've spoken to, it really depends on the surgeon you have because some of them will ask you to start taking it before. Some of them don't want you to take anything so that they get your labs right before surgery, and then they'll have you start
Mhm.
either like a couple of days after or whatever. So make sure your surgeon is the one who decides that for you because they all have different opinions. I don't even know.
Um, every program is different.
Hmm.
So I'm just typing here. Sorry. It's hard not having Brittany here. I used to have Brittany with me. um, so basically, Monica, you might be frozen again. Nope, you're not frozen. You're moving. um,
And I love how you just popped your calcium chew. Like,
I
I'm
know.
just gonna enjoy this now.
I'm just saying, like, I can't help myself sometimes. And then it takes me a while to actually chew it. What I will say is every program is different. You guys, before I worked for ProCare, I actually worked for as a bariatric coordinator as a nurse for a surgical unit for about 8 years. And we sold ProCare vitamins to our clinic, and that's how I got to meet them. We also sold, I think, 3 other vitamin companies. And by far, ProCare was my favorite. And I think it was because of the low cost and the taste and the ease of taking it. Because people want something they can actually take. If you have to take vitamins 20 a day. Anyways, sorry, we kind of got
No,
on
and
that.
I love that you can just take it. Like for me, this is like my routine. I take this, I take an iron pill like every other day just because my iron was low, and then I take the calcium. And the fact that that's all I have to take is awesome. You know, like the other ones were like, take iron here, take a chew here, and then take another chew, and then take a calcium, and then take a B. And I'm like, this is too much, especially when they are disgusting and you don't really want to eat them.
So absolutely true. I know Eden said I learned with Brenda that you're not supposed to take a multivitamin with your calcium. So 2 hours apart. And I don't even know if
Hmm.
you do that, but that's what's recommended. Like to take, like if you were like if I was taking, some people take their multivitamin at night to help like you sleep off if you have any problems with nausea or anything. Some people take it in the morning. I usually take mine in the morning. And then I take my
Me too.
calcium chews like at lunch, mid-afternoon, dinner kind of is what I do. I just like lay them out so that I know what I have to take because it's kind of hard to remember sometimes with vitamins. Would you
No, for
agree?
me, like the night before, I kind of literally I just take my pills, and then I've tried these with the probiotic, and that's 2 capsules, but it helps. It helps if you're a little blocked up. But in general, it's like, lay out my little pills, put them like right by my coffee machine so I can make my, protein coffee in the morning. And it's like right before I leave the door. So I see them and it's just like my routine every single day. I do it in the morning. I typically take either like a calcium chew and I have a few in my purse just in case I'm somewhere. Or if I have the calcium chocolate, it's like usually after lunch when you just kind of crave something sweet and not that even it's too sweet because it is a dark chocolate, but it curbs that little, like you want something sweet. So it's like really the calcium is like almost like a treat.
That's kind of how I feel about the calcium supplements. I kind of use them as like a snack because I mean, even after weight loss surgery, you kind of still have some cravings of sweet stuff. I in the new bariatric multivitamin chews. Have you got to try those yet,
Yes,
Monica?
those are actually really good. I like the capsule just because for me it's like easy, just drink it with some water and done.
Mhm.
But those are really good. I've tried all the flavors. I've kind of given some as samples to my friends, and everyone agrees. I mean, they're good compared to like other ones that are really gritty. These are really soft. It's like almost like a Starburst consistency where it just kind of melts away. There's no gritty, chewy weirdness to it. So I like those too. I don't think I've tried anything I don't like. Like I really like the protein powder too. I'm like looking at my cabinet. The
Oh,
B12 is really good, which is that what you said that
yes, I actually have some, and that's what we're going to be kind of talking about later. The B12. I'll tell
Okay.
you guys, I got a little infographic for that, but yeah. Um, the probiotic one you're talking about. So for anybody who's not familiar, this is probably what she's taking. This multivitamin with 45 of iron is one a day. This is a bottle of 90, which is 3 months. And then this one here is funny. This one is actually two a day. But like for people who struggle with constipation or bloating or GI issues, probiotics can be really helpful. And instead of having to add them separately, like take an extra pill from or extra couple pills from another brand, you can actually save money by taking a bariatric multivitamin. It's the same as this, only with probiotics. But this here, you do have to take two. Like Monica said,
But honestly, like compared like price wise, even, I mean, first of all, these work really well. Like I feel them work. But second off, I mean, for the price, you get what you pay for. You really get a lot of the probiotic, and you don't have to take all that extra, and it works. That's like the part when some of the probiotics I've tried, they just, I feel like they do nothing. And these I like really liked.
I was looking at my looking at my little notes here too. Enid says it's delicious. One of each color. Like lots of different colors and flavors and stuff. So if anybody has any questions, please let us know. Monica's tried a lot of different things. I want to hop back on. Do you care if I show some of your before and after pictures?
No.
And I want to talk. You don't want to?
No, go ahead. I don't care. I'm totally open. Like I've been an open book from the beginning. I only shared my journey because for me it was a great way to keep track of, my own stuff, but also, to encourage other people because people don't know as much, and if they turn to people on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever the heck they can just to get information. And a lot of people are super, I don't know, like I'm puzzled when I answer a question. They're like, hey, this, and this. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for replying. Nobody's replied to me. And I'm like, why not? Like, that's the whole point of sharing your journey is if you can answer, why not answer it? Like, give these people a little bit of your journey. Everybody goes through things a little bit differently, but we all kind of have those similarities that we can share.
Well, and two, it is a little humbling putting ourselves out there. Like I know
Mhm.
some people who just have like, and I don't know if this is you, but have like a completely separate Facebook profile, like a personal profile, and then on Instagram, kind of find community and find people that they connect with. To me, it says, I hope I'm saying your name right. To me, it says, can you begin to take these vitamins if you want pre-op? And we kind of touched a little bit. If one thing I can say is check with your program. I know the program I work for, we would tell people if they wanted to start them like a week or two before surgery. One thing I will say is your bariatric program should do, I would think, most of them do, pre-op labs before you have surgery, and they will check all of your vitamin labs beforehand. So if you haven't started your vitamins, it may be a good way to know where your baseline is. So that might be kind of a good way to coordinate with them and just ask them when they plan. Usually they do preoperative labs like when you go in like before surgery and things like that. Did you have that done, Monica?
You know what? Yeah, and that's why they had me not have any vitamins because they wanted to see what my vitamin levels were day of or a couple of days before. But
Mm-hmm.
I do recommend getting some and trying them because, if you, for instance, feel nauseous or something, maybe take it with food, or take it, make sure you have a meal and then space it out and then take it. But there's different kinds, and I feel like everyone reacts a little bit differently to different stuff. They might like it, they might hate it. I had a friend who had not the chews, but the chewable, what are they called? Not the capsule. You know what I'm
We
talking
have
about?
we have a
The
capsule,
tablet.
and then we have see if I have this open. It's like a bowl. It's like
Yeah. So
that.
she ordered those and she
Chew.
just didn't care for them. She said that she was feeling a little nauseous, and I gave her the
Mhm.
chewies, like the gummy or the not gummy, but the chewables.
like these.
And yeah, those, and she really likes them. Me personally, I like the capsule just because for me, it's the easiest thing to take in the morning, but those are really good. But point being, try out your vitamins before you have to take them every day, because that was my mistake. I started using this other brand and I just did not care for it. So I would skip it and skip it and skip it. And it comes to the point where, like 2 months after surgery, I was at Disney World and we were stopping all over the place. Like I was in line and I was like feeling like I was going to fall over and just not having any energy and all of that. And it was literally just because of the vitamins. You're malnourished already, because in the very beginning, you're not having as many nutrients just from food. You can't eat as many different types of food. The variety is different. So finding the vitamin that works for you is really important. So definitely try different stuff before you have your surgery.
And we do have free samples. So I'm so glad you said that. I'm going to put the link on both Facebook and here for free samples. If anybody wants to try a free sample, that is great. I would actually try a bunch of I mean, if it was me, I would reach out to a bunch of different bariatric vitamin companies. Check with your bariatric program and see what they have. Check out a bunch of different ones and see what you like the best. You know,
I think ProCare is the only one who really gives the free sample, though, out of all the ones that I've seen. Yeah. And you guys actually give a good sample. Like you give a variety of different stuff, which is important to try, right? One person might like the chewable, one person might like the capsule, and the different flavors of the calcium and all of that. They're all delicious in my opinion.
Try a lot of different things. See what you like, because you're not going to take it if you don't like it. I mean, you can force yourself. I can remember, and I don't know about you, but I remember early on, like actually trying vitamins, because I tried, like literally, you guys, I have tried every single vitamin out there, I think, because I work for a bariatric vitamin facility where every company was reaching out to us saying, hey, you want to try our vitamin? So like I tried everything out there, and I can remember actually feeling like a puke. Like some of them I would just like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? I mean,
100% I do.
You feel like, and I feel like part of it's just being early on, part of it's just that, but
I feel like some of them definitely give you some nausea.
Yes. And Tamaya says, that's good to know. Thanks, Enid. And Corey says, haha, me too. So other people struggle with it. It's just not us. No. So we're going to kind of move on to the body positivity. And we're going to show your before and after pictures and tell us how things have changed for you as far as.
It's a whirlwind of emotions when I see the pictures themselves too, because that's one thing I highly recommend, before and afters. Like take pictures at every stage, take pictures once a week or once a month, or just, set a day. I was taking them every single month, like on my surgery date. And I think it's super important because, even if the scale is not moving, you get that validation from the picture. Like, I feel like for me, the scale hasn't moved very much since like summertime, but when I take pictures, I see it. I see the change in my body. Maybe it's muscle mass and maybe it's this and that that's changing. That's why your scale isn't moving, but take measurements, like the inches are falling off, the change in your body, the change in your face, the change in your skin even. Like my dad keeps reminding me over and over and over again how young I look now. He's like, you looked so much older before. And he's like, every single time he sees me, and I'm like, okay, Dad, I get it. I look like a child now. Okay, cool.
Actually, like, look at these two. It's so true. Now I can go back. I was kind of skipping over some of these pictures. Is there anything you want to say? Like, let me kind of go to this first one. Whoops, I'm kind of showing two of them.
Touching on the body positivity, right? I always felt like, okay, every body is a bikini body. There's no, right or wrong. Like, do whatever you want. Don't feel the judgment or don't feel the burning eyes looking at you. Like, I don't want to say anything wrong, but just flick them off and go away. Like, just don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. Worry about how you feel confident, love yourself inside and out. And I think that's really, just like you can't do everything for everyone and, fill from an empty pitcher to like a glass. You can't preach what you don't practice. And like for me, and the girl on the left was just as much loved as the girl on the right. By my family, by my friends. Like I always felt so much support and love, but internally, you really have to work towards it because sometimes you get into a rut and you can just be so depressed and like almost hate yourself looking in the mirror and you're just like crying and putting on an outfit and changing and changing and changing because you don't look a certain way. You don't look like Sports Illustrated or wherever. And I think it's important to just really be comfortable in your skin and love yourself because I don't care. I'll wear a bikini at 400 pounds and I'll wear a bikini at 270 pounds and I'll wear a bikini if I continue to lose weight or if I put on weight, like whatever it is. Like right now, I have a lot of loose skin. I am jiggly up and down. And you know what? I just don't care. Like I am who I am and either like me or hate me. That's fine. I'd rather
I
like,
That gives me chills because I feel like sometimes and I know I'm like this. I have judged myself like, am I okay to wear a bikini? Am I okay to wear this or this? I love that
yes,
you have
you
a
are,
crop
girl.
top on this. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I love the colors here. I love how you put the two colors. This must be one of your colors. I don't
It's
even know.
really not. It's so funny. But
No.
I found this picture and the picture on the left, I was in Poland, so I'm Polish. And we're like in the mountains and I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh my God, like that's a great before picture. Like I just randomly find pictures. I'm a very big
Uh-huh.
picture taker. So it just so happened that this color was spot on.
And I love the jeans, the look you have there going on. That's super cute. And I'm looking the next picture. Oops, let me undo this here. I love how you found another crop top. I mean, that's just
I
so
was just trying stuff on at the store. So I was like, hey, let me some, I told my husband afterwards, like, what do you think of this?
I'm
But
sure
yeah,
he
I feel
loved
like
it too. I mean,
he's so supportive. And I really feel like that's so important to have like, at least a couple people in your corner that can support you and show you love and appreciation and all of that. And just honestly, like, I think until the day I die, my husband's gonna put on my socks when I'm cold because after surgery, I was so cold. I'm like, can you put my socks on?
I want to say too, Monica, I have to say, Tamaya says, this is amazing. You look wonderful. Makes me feel so hopeful and excited for my surgery. And it
You got
should,
this,
because
girl.
yes, and I will tell you, those people that love you this is what I love about what you're talking about, body positivity. Those people that love you before will love you after. I
Hmm.
mean, it's not to them, it's really not about what you look like. It's about who you are as a person and your personality and all of those things that shine. And there may be people that maybe drop off. Like
They
for
do.
me, there really wasn't, but a lot, but there probably
They
are
do.
people, yeah,
They
that drop
do.
off. And what I will say is, were those really true friends? I mean, like, does it
Exactly.
matter? What do
You
you, what
know
is
what?
your
And they might have been. I feel like people come in and out of your life at certain points for a reason, right? Like, I think you meet people for a reason. I have a lot of very close friends that I keep like very near and dear to me. And people tell me, like, you have too many friends. And it's like, I mean, at this point of time, I was, a certain way, and that person got me through it. And I got really close at this point, and, whatever it is. But some people will almost get that jealousy thing. Some people will try to talk you out of it. Like, you don't need that. Just do keto. Just do this. Just do that. Like, why don't you try the natural way? And that's like so stupid because this is the natural way. You're eating like super clean, especially in the beginning. You're, monitoring how many calories you're having, just like eating whole foods, real foods, natural foods that don't have as many preservatives. You're not eating as much like heavy carbs that are bloating you and keeping that water on. Whatever. It's just like totally different lifestyle. And those people will kind of fall off because they're not going to be content seeing you so happy. And they try to I have one person in my life who was trying to like kind of overshadow my weight loss because they went on a weight loss journey. never once commented on me, more so like, hey, look, I lost 20 pounds. Hey, look. And I'm like, okay, good for you. Great. Cool beans. But it's just like, don't push that in my face just because you did it a different way. Like, I feel like everyone has their way. Everyone should be kind to each other. I think kindness is key. And like, why is this a competition? For me, it's never a competition. So let those people fall off and just do it for yourself, because you're the one that matters. You're the one that matters the most. And I think the one thing that I really learned over the last year is it's not selfish to want to take care of yourself and to do things for yourself. I think in the past, I've done so much for so many different people, and I just keep focusing on like, being there and being there. And it's like, well, who's going to be there for me if I can't be there for myself? So take charge of your life. I think that's so important, and love yourself inside and out. Because when you love yourself on the inside, like it shows, and that confidence, like people will always tell me I always had confidence. Like even when you were at your biggest, you were so confident. And I'm like, because I was beautiful then. It's not about, how much weight fell off.
Well, and that's true. It's like if we are happy, regardless of where we are on our journey, that's really what's important. It's not anything external. Like nothing external is ever going to make us happy. It's including our, like how much weight we lose. I mean, it may make you feel lighter. It may make you be able to wear different kinds of clothes. There's a lot of different things that kind of go around it, but really and truly that determination for happiness is intrinsic. It's really about your own self. And Corey says beautiful in both pictures, by the way. So, I mean, it really is. It comes from within. It does not come from without, like from another source of whatever it is we think that we have to be happy.
I mean, I think, over time you kind of see the results, right? And of course you're going to get that confidence boost. You're going to feel really good about yourself. You may or may not like the compliments. Like for me, it's always super awkward. Like, wow, you look great. Oh, wow, you look so much better. Or this or that. I'm like, okay, cool. Yay. Let's move on. Like, whatever. It's not about that. Like, hi, how are you? So it might be awkward for you. It is for me.
Yeah. And I think too, it's like, what do you say? Because, maybe you have changed, but I feel like sometimes it's like looking in the mirror. Like after I lost weight, I felt like sometimes it was like looking in the mirror and really deep down, you're the same.
Mm-hmm.
You're the same person. Like you're the same soul. I'm going to say the same soul because that makes more sense. But, maybe some personality traits may have changed a little bit. Maybe you do feel more confidence, but, overall it's about, what would you say overall your realizations about self-love and what that looks like to you? What would you say to kind of sum it all up for these people that are listening today?
Love yourself at all stages. Find that inner peace within who you are today. Love yourself yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Like no matter what stage you're in, no matter what your goals are, whether it's to lose weight, gain weight, build muscle, become at peace with, I don't know, whatever you want to do, just do, feel at home in your own body. Love yourself. That's like so important.
Allie from
It rubs
Facebook
off on
says,
people.
it does. You know what it does? Allie from Facebook says your mindset is great. Great picks too. I feel like what happens is when you radiate that out, it allows people to love you more too, because sometimes it's kind of hard for people to really love us if we don't love ourselves. And guys, that is really kind of digging deep a little bit. And sometimes that's painful because sometimes it is kind of hard. Like if we're kind of at a stage where maybe we are kind of like, we have a negative mindset about something ourselves, but for other people to truly love you, it's important to be able to love yourself first, because that radiates out. Other people are attracted to that. Other people can see it. It's much easier if you're able to display that for them to be able to see. And it actually just kind of, you attract it naturally. I mean, love in itself. So, and sometimes if we're feeling like we don't have a lot to give out, give somebody else love, because sometimes that's the biggest thing. I think what happens is sometimes when we feel like we don't have it ourselves, if we give it out, we start feeling it, we start sensing it, and then we know that we have it too. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I know that's kind of a little corny. I love it.
It's corny, but it's just true. It's the truth. Like if you hate yourself and you keep radiating that and you keep saying it out loud, and that I hear it a lot, like, oh, I hate my stomach. Oh, I hate this. And it's just like, stop hating it and either, truly love yourself as you are, or, take the steps one by one, slowly and surely improve yourself, improve, that stuff, but love what it is today, because I think you learn to appreciate, for me, I appreciate my old body and not just what it looked like, but how I felt, because now it puts it into perspective of how I feel today, because I didn't feel this way at all, before. I was sluggish, I was tired, I wanted to take a nap, I didn't want to walk up the stairs, I didn't want to do this. I asked, hey, can you go get this for me over there? And now I'm just like, what? Gotta go, let me go get this really quick. And it's just that it's a change, it's a
The
lifestyle
boost
change.
of energy
Yep.
for the energy levels. And Allie says, think that loving ourselves is the hardest thing to do.
It really
I
is.
feel like, I mean, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. What I think is sometimes, sometimes when you just start, sometimes when it's maybe hard, you can start with the easiest things. Like, I am so thankful that I'm able to breathe. Like, not everybody has that ability to have lungs that function. Not everybody's
Mhm.
heart is beating strongly. Like, you have a strong heart. You don't even know what's happening for you. Like, your eyes are blinking. Like, you have the ability, a lot of you have the ability to see, a lot of you have the ability to hear, to taste. Those are things, especially with COVID happening, a lot of people had changes in their senses. But there's like a lot of things that we just take for granted. Maybe you're able to move your arms, do some jumping jacks or whatever. Maybe you're able to hop on one foot. I don't know. Sounds crazy. But like, some of the littlest things we take for granted, we don't really appreciate unless we have a health condition that limits us in some way. And when you have a health condition, then you're all of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, my health's the most important thing in everything. Like, it makes you so grateful. For me, like, whenever I've been through a couple different health issues, it's made me super aware of what my health means to me and super grateful.
Yeah, and I mean, piggybacking off of what she said, it is sometimes the hardest thing to do, but working towards it for yourself makes life later easier. Because when you really do just feel content with yourself, content with being by yourself, your mental health, you're this, you're that, like anything and everything, just working at yourself to really have that self-love is so important.
It 100% is. And so we're kind of like nearing the end. And so how about
Hey, it ain't
one
so.
last, I know, how about one little last point to share? Anything at all you want to say to help somebody who's, let's say somebody who's early in their journey, and somebody who is either preparing for surgery, just had surgery.
Just don't be afraid. Ask questions, write them down, track anything you can. Like, I had this thing where I started in the beginning and it was like my highest and my lowest, and like I just checked off the boxes as I went, and I think that kind of stuff like really gets you going. And I had a whole list of questions to ask my bariatric doctor, like first meeting, and it's that preparation and that kind of tracking that I think kind of keeps giving you like that excitement and like less of the nerves. For me, the only day I was nervous was like an hour before my surgery. Other than that, I was like super excited, so like just ready to jump in. And like, I saw my doctor last week, and he's just like, oh, my favorite influencer. I'm like, shut up. And it's just like, so many people have come in here and it's just like they talk about, how you share this and that and whatever. And, whether or not you share it publicly, like share it for yourself, write it in a notebook, track it, and take lots of pictures. And just, if somebody tries to tell you not to do it for any reason, my aunts, cousins, brothers, whoever gained all the weight back, like just whatever, just don't listen. One year out the other, do it for yourself, and feel free to reach out to people in the community. Like, my inbox is always open. If you want to talk to me, I'm there. Might not respond in 5 minutes, but I'm always available to talk. Like, I'm really, I really like to, just to answer a question. People,
and I want to share that,
so,
Monica. Is that okay if I share
yeah,
where like your Instagram pages? To me, Tamai says, well, I'm a little scared about surgery. For me, what the biggest thing that I had, I'm going to share my screen here. The biggest thing I had to ask myself was I more afraid of staying the same or more afraid of change? And for me, I was more afraid of, honestly, staying the same.
Yeah.
Like, that was my fear. Here is
and I mean, it is hard.
Instagram page. I'm going to copy this. It's Mona BSG.
Monia BSG. So it's Monica without the C. Monica without the C. So like I said, I'm Polish, so Monia is like my Polish nickname. I don't know. It's just something different.
And you got all kinds of fun stuff on here. I mean, this paging down, I'm like, look, oh, there's a ProCare vitamins there. But you have all kinds of fun. I mean, all different kinds of stuff. And obviously, all you guys have to do is just to follow her. And if you have any questions, like she said, you're always welcome to push the message button and send her a message. And I know she would be more than happy to respond or to be a part of that. So I'm going to put it on here, IG page. I'm going to type it in here, and then I'll put it on Facebook too. I'll put it on Crowdcast and both, so that we can have.
And some people are afraid of the actual surgery, and I think some people are just afraid of the changes and like the lifestyle thing. So like for me, I think if you're planning on it, or if you think that, you're still confused or a little bit worried or scared, just make like little changes, maybe one a week or one a month that kind of relate to it. Whether it's, like for me, I kind of dove into it. Whatever my doctor told me to do, I like did it right away. I got all the tests within a month, like literally within a month of seeing him, I got scheduled for the following month, which was just like, kind of crazy because some people have to wait 6 months or longer. But, he told me to or the nutritionist told me to practice the way of eating, like eat, every, 2 to 3 hours, separate your water from your meals. Like those little things kind of add up. And by kind of becoming consistent with those factors, it will make the process itself easier after surgery. So you kind of adjust and get used to it. And yeah, I did end up losing 30 pounds by my surgery date. And then after that, it's like fast and slow and up and down. But, those little changes will help kind of make you realize that it's possible. Number one, it's not going to be just like, it didn't work for me. But those little like daily lifestyle changes can start way before surgery. So if you're worried or if you feel like you can't do it, just take one step at a time.
So true. And I think you're encouraging. Elaine says, my bypass was 2 weeks ago, still in recovery. I thank you guys for the info. Maya says, good. Right. For me, it's the changes. I know that's early on. And my heart just is like expanding because I love that there's people on these calls that are like right around that time, because it's so incredibly life-changing. And you're making some of these decisions are kind of your choices are so big. Like that first year, you guys making those new lifestyle changes is so important. And I know it's hard, and it can be hard. It doesn't have to be in the beginning because know that you're choosing. And when you start seeing all those incredible results,
And it's not
It's
like
just
you're
so
not going
amazing.
to be able to eat your favorite foods ever again. Like, I love Asian food. Like, I love Mexican food. I love to cook too. But, going to one of my pastime favorite restaurants, I still go. I just make a little bit of an adjustment of what I order. Like, I'll order more so like a vegetable with a protein. And then, if I want a crab ragoon, I'll have the damn crab ragoon because you know what? That's fine. As long as I'm still keeping with like my protein and fibers and all of that stuff goals, that's not gonna, I don't want to say kill you because whatever, but it's not gonna make that big of a negative impact, even if it's just like one bite of it. It might give you that satisfaction and you're done. But this is like a year out too. After a few months, it's just going to be different.
I feel like there's so many different, like the whole food thing. It's like, you guys, it's all about portion size, really and truly. It really is, because sometimes, I mean, going the same, like you were talking about going out to eat and doing the things that you want to do. To me, it's all about just making choices like in the moment. You know what I mean? I have to laugh because we have a comment here about sushi, and I'm going to copy and paste.
I still eat sushi.
Yes, me too. And we did a sushi episode here. Do you know Henry Baker? He is a chef, culinary chef. He had weight loss surgery, and he did a whole thing. It's called It's Sushi Time. I'm going to paste the link here. He did a whole live with us on sushi. And
That's
it was
awesome.
like sushi that bariatric surgery patients can eat and feel good about. So I'm pasting the link here. Check that out, guys. It was really fun. He did a great job. He actually is making his own little channel of being able to share that kind of stuff. But guys, too, we're kind of getting at time. So I'm going to actually share a little thing. Earlier, we kind of mentioned this. So I'm bringing it back on. We're talking about our sponsor, ProCare. And one of the things that I want to talk about here, which is I'm going to talk about want to have increased energy. So like a lot of times after weight loss surgery, people struggle with a little bit of the energy levels. And I think that's really common, especially early on. But even as far out as I am. Now, if your B12 level, if your B vitamin levels are low, sometimes that can actually cause some decreased energy levels. And I know that you mentioned that this is one of the things that you've been taking. So I'm going to kind of click onto it. So one of the things that can help, it's one of the things, if your B12 or your B vitamin levels are low, it can cause problems with energy. One thing that I will say is, I know with ProCare, we do have the bariatric multivitamins. All of our bariatric multivitamins do have all the B vitamins in them. It's just that some people absorb them better being sublingual or a spray or a shot. And so a lot of times you'll see people getting those in addition to their bariatric multivitamins. So that's just a thing. Were you going to say something, Monica?
No, I'm just sharing my vitamins.
I think so guys too, I'm going to repaste Monica's link here, and I'm going to kind of go on to real quick, and I'm going to share how to find that, the B12, in case anybody is interested, because I like it because it's drops. I'm going to kind of open up my bottle and kind of show you guys. So how you do this is a B12 supplement, and you basically take one of these, put it under your tongue for about 20, 30 seconds. I just swallowed mine because I have to talk. But you do one dropper full, and then you wait about 20, 30 seconds, and then you do a second dropper full, and you kind of let it sit. By taking it sublingual, it absorbs better than an oral form. So that's why sometimes people will take this and have an oral form. I'm going to just jump real quick on to our website, and I'll show you guys. I shared Monica's link If you use that along with her affiliate code, you save 10%, guys. If you decide you want to try any of these things, I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to jump on real quick. I want to show you the free samples here first. So if you get onto the ProCare website here, guys, right here under free samples, you fill out a little short form and you get a whole list of different types of products to try. This is probably pretty common. I know the chocolate bars are out of season right now, but probably a lot of these things you see right here is probably things you get to try. Products wise, when we're talking about the B12, I'm going to go right there under vitamins and minerals. And it's this very first one. It's only $13.49. And actually, it says it's 60 servings. Mine always seems like it lasts me more than a month. I mean, I guess it's 2 months. It'd be 2 months for $13. It's pretty inexpensive.
My husband steals mine.
Does he like it? Does he think it helps him?
He does. So I was using it, but my doctor advised me not to because I didn't need it. My levels are fine with just taking it because I get it out of this. So yeah, now he uses it, and I actually ordered another bottle because, the level of thievery.
That is so funny. So funny. Well, you just never know. That's kind of like my bariatric, my vitamins. These are, I like to choose. And my son, he's 27. He has not had weight loss surgery. He comes in my office all the time. He's like, I need some of the vitamins. I'm like, even if he's not had weight loss surgery, it's 1 a day. So with the sleeve, it's 2. With the bypass, 3. DS is 4. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. But I'm like, you have to limit yourself somewhat. These are what these look
they're
like.
literally chewy. They're just exactly.
Yeah, they're really chewy. They look like taffy, guys.
I really don't think I could do that with the other brand, and I have the other brand, so it's right there. It's like staring at me, and it's horrible.
Oh, well, guys, it has been, Monica, it's been such a pleasure. I don't have a bottle up there. I'm gonna put it right here. It's been such a pleasure, and we are so fortunate to have all of you guys here with us that have joined us today. Thank you so much. And
thank you for having me.
Goes out. I will be following up with you after we go off live. Me and you'll have a few seconds to talk. So, so thank you, everybody. We're ending the call, but we want to wish you all the best night and enjoy.
Love yourself.
Feel free. Yes, love yourself. That was a big takeaway from tonight. So, big wave goodbye and thank you.